Hello, Build community. It's Sharina, your interim co chair. I'm not able to join you for the general membership meeting this month, but I hope you're enjoying Women's History Month. I prepared for you an interview that I've done with Michelle Reese, the state captain for Washington State Girl Trek. I hope you enjoy it. In the interview, we'll talk about how Girl Trek was established in Washington State and how Black women and girls can get involved. I'll see you next month. Take care. Keep building.
Hi, Michelle, and welcome. As the Washington State coach for Girl Trek, I'm excited to be talking to you. And I really would love to have you help me tell the story of Girl Trek and how they got started and how you got started in walking with Black women around the state. One of the things I love about Girl Trek is how they champion Black women, and they do that through health and wellness, this health and wellness movement that they've created. So tell us first how you got involved in Girl Trek.
I first got involved in GirlTrek. It was a Harriet House party, I believe, back about 2016, and I was invited by a friend, and I went, and it was amazing. Just the sisterhood that was there, and the sisterhood that was there, what they were talking about. They were introducing the movement to Seattle. It was a Harriet party, and they were just talking about walking every day. And, I had never really had been in a space where they were just talking about our health and just creating creating a sisterhood, and that this organization was in many different cities all over the United States already. And things just kind of got moving along pretty quickly. And I called her and I was like, this is something that we really need to be a part of. We really need to, do this. And I was excited about it. It was originally, neighborhood captains and different things like that were the organizers of it were neighborhood captains, and they started it walking and getting the movement going, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Seward Park has always been was the first is the home base. So that's where it started, and we just started walking. I think we always met at the tennis court, and it was a very small group of us. Yeah, and that's pretty much how we got started. We all just came, met on Saturdays, just getting the word out. A lot of grassroots organizing, just to spread the word and showing up for each other, and just having different meetings and things about how can we get the word out, going to different events that started when the summer started to hit, so we can, spread the word. And it just definitely grew. And Seattle was not originally be a part of Girl Trek, but Vanessa, being from Seattle, Washington, was like, no, if anyone, if there is a place that needs this, Seattle definitely needs it. So she's been one of the, she has been one of the strongest supporters, as in leadership goes for Seattle. And she has definitely helped put us on, get us put on the map. And, she always say we're doing the work. It's just her, just showing up, and every year we seem to amaze her more and more, so.
That's great. So you mentioned, so it started in Seward Park in Seattle, Washington. And you mentioned
Yes,
Vanessa, one of the co-founders, is from Seattle. So we definitely have
correct.
a tie here in Washington State. One of the videos we just showed to our audience referenced Girl Trek movement growing to 1 million Black girls and women. And they
Yes.
wanted to accomplish that in 2018.
When it did get to 1 million, it exceeded 1 million.
Ah,
So yeah, so it exceeded 1 million, and that was a very big thing. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's huge. 1 million Black women and girls walking for their health. That's amazing. So you kind of talked about
Yes.
this before, but can you talk more about how you were involved in as a state captain or state coach to get more women involved in the movement?
Yeah, so basically, for me as a state coach, what I do is just show up for the women who are already in the neighborhoods doing the work. So showing them the Girl Trek safety, the Girl Trek codes, letting them know what we do this, reminding them what we do this for, making sure that they're following the safety guidelines, making sure that they are aware of the Girl Trek code and the necessary things that to to go ahead and lead um to lead their neighborhoods, their crews to be, if they're all, you already are enough. We're already doing it. You're already doing it, doing the work and just showing up. But keeping them informed, um, making sure that they are aware, post things on the page, being safe, location, um, no sister left behind. Those are some of our knowing the mission, and just making sure that they are aware of what we're doing this for, and making sure that they save themselves and then go back and save others is important. It's important that as you lead, but also letting others lead, letting the women know that, like, if you live in, say you're living in Renton, you don't have to travel. You shouldn't be traveling over, 20 minutes to get to a neighborhood to walk, because, you should be able to start something right where you're walking now, but it starts right out your front door. And sometimes that's what hinders us, because we don't want to, walk right where we are. And sometimes our neighborhoods, they're not, some people, because of gentrification, we live in neighborhoods that are not reflecting of us, so you want to feel more in community walking with sisters, maybe at Seward Park. Um, so that's just something that, as a coach, I'm like, constantly just get out there, where you have Everett, you have Seattle, you have Renton, you have Tacoma, and just trying to keep everybody connected and checking in. And the crew leaders are the ones that are really, they're doing the work, staying connected with everybody that's in their crew.
So can you talk to us about why a Black woman would want to become part of Girl Trek?
It is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself, because of the because we showing up. It's just showing up for yourself. It's showing up for you and your health. It's creating a it's creating a habit. It's, putting habits of positive. You have positive energy. Some of the just the communication of being on the social media is positive, right? So that's going in your mind, right? So that's a mindset change. Then you have the action of doing, right? Doing, walking, movement. What movement does. A lot of us, we sit at offices, or whatever job that keep us in one place. This is like, like, a lot of times you don't really think, like, okay, well, I get movement. I mean, maybe you do exercise, maybe you do yoga, but this is walking, like, and it's also connection, right? Having a connection. So you have a mindset change, you have a different type of communication, because of just the way that the sisterhood talks amongst each other, the vibration, bringing you to a higher vibration. It's a lot of connecting, community connection is what it does. And then there's different resources out there. Maybe you're going through something. There's a text line where you can connect with someone who can send you some positive messages. There's different sisters that are doing different healing modalities that you can get connected with. A lot of Black-owned women that have Black-owned businesses that are doing different, and we need a lot of different self-care. It's not just one way, but this is something that is definitely, it becomes habit. Walking 30 minutes a day, walking can definitely save your life for and we're dying. Black women, unfortunately, are dying at a substantial a rate that you wouldn't believe. So that's it's definitely saving your life. It's getting your heartbeat, your cardio, and it's not about like a weight loss thing. It's not about that, but it's healthy. It's what movement does for your body internally, your mind, all of your organs. And then you have rest, taking a form of rest. Superhero Saturdays are a way of connecting together in sisterhood. That's what the different crew leaders are about, different crews, different neighborhoods. That's the meetup part. But then you have the part where we have this challenges, challenging you to walk for 21 days, challenging you to walk for 30 days, challenging you to walk for 300 days. It's putting your mind, making your mind and disciplining your body. And you can, if you're at work with someone, you can do that. If you want to solo trek, you can do that by yourself. So that's pretty much what the movement, and it's more to it. It's not pretty much, but it's a lot. That they were in every state. If you're in Brooklyn, there's a Girl Trek. If you're in LA, there's a Girl Trek. If you're in St. Louis or anywhere in Texas, Houston, there's a Girl Trek. We're all over the nation. In Ghana, there's a Girl Trek. So, and we're definitely going internationally, and looking forward to grow for more.
Wow, that's great. So some of the things, maybe you can help me remember the main points of Girl Trek. Number one is it's free, but it's the pledge is to walk 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Is that correct?
5 days a week, 30 minutes. Correct.
And this is for self-care, not just physical, but also mental and spiritual self-care.
Yes, it's what we said is a radical act of self-care. It's getting out and I do know, like, the movement has grown so strong because, like, with the organizing that was done with the state captains and we actually started like 1,000 neighborhoods. 1,000 new neighborhoods started walking last year. This past Girl Trek season. All that momentum and check-ins and women just starting to walk in their own neighborhood, and it starting in different areas. That started 1,000 new neighborhoods. So that that was amazing. And I believe our West Coast region, we won. We were the champions. Like, we're awarded the champions. So that includes Washington. We hit big numbers. Yes.
That's awesome. So, with the Harriet House parties, those were on March 10th. And so hopefully a lot of women were introduced to Girl Trek and had the opportunity to choose to take that pledge to walk 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. So now we're going into this next phase with Girl Trek, where they're really focused on this journey to the ultimate freedom trek in September of 2023. Can you give us a hint of what that's about?
It's actually walking 30 minutes all the way up until September, for 5 days a week. And it also is, this is the other thing, we have our mission is 10 and 10, right? Saving Black women's lives by 10 years in 10 years. So within the next 10 years, going to be statistics that are going to show how women live longer instead of dying 10 years earlier. It will save our lives by 10 more years. So where you have a Black woman that's dying anywhere between the ages of 50 and 54 and 64 years of age, that will then be 10 years, 64 and plus, which is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So tell us what excites you most about GirlTrek's next chapter.
You know, we're part of all these different organizations and different things, but for someone to really, an organization that I don't have to pay for every month, that celebrates me, that has put in so much work. I mean, the team puts in so much work and love to actually want to save my life. Like, you know, that is just, that's something that I'm just ecstatic about. You know, it challenges me. You know, it really does. It keeps me on my toes. Like I know, like, okay, Michelle, you got to get out there. Like, you know, like I can say there's moments and life happens, you know, life happens. We have an off season where, you know, I really see why they have an off season, because you do a lot of groundwork. You do a lot of connecting. You do deal with a lot of different personalities and empowering us, especially here in Washington. You know, I believe that it's like we get in our own silos, and it's sometimes, you know, you you're either moving or you're not, you know what I mean? And like it just is like sometimes you need rest. Rest is resistance, you know what I mean? Rest is it is needed, but at the same time, um having a good health mindset is important too. And we need to move, you know. We move for all these different things, you know, getting kids here, going to work for someone else, or whatever you may do in your job. But like a stop. I'm doing this for me, you know. I'm gonna take this time out for me. Um, and some people do it, but for those who don't, and it's amazing. You know, that's what I like. I like that fact that there is an organization that actually cares about my life, longevity of my life, and my daughter.
Awesome. So I'm sure everybody wants to know, how can Black women and girls become members or join GirlTrek?
Yes, please go to www.girltrek.org. That's www.girltrek.org, and click on join the movement. There's a lot of good information on that website. Um, a ton of information about what we're doing, what the mission is, what's coming up, and how to connect. The map will be posted up, so you'll be able to connect in your neighborhood, put your zip code in, find out where there's a walk near you. Um, if you are in the city of Seattle, there's a Girl Trek Seattle page. If you're in Tacoma, there's a Girl Trek Tacoma page. But feel free to join both of them. Just, you know, whatever page, whatever part of town that you're in, just to stay connected. But definitely you want to, and if you are going, maybe you're going to be going to DC, or maybe you're whatever city it is, you type in Girl Trek in that city and it will pop up and you can join the movement in that city. But please, first and foremost, go to girltrek.org and join the movement and the mission. And again, it's free. There's no membership costs, no monthly costs, no joining fee. It's all free. And you can order swag.
Yes, swag. So you are outside, and I'm guessing you're going to get ready to go take a walk.
Yes, I am. I'm getting ready to go hit this. I'm out here in Des Moines at Marine View Drive. So I am definitely getting ready to get it in while my daughter is still at dance practice.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, so great to be in community with you, sis. And thank you for all
yes,
you do for Girl Trek. And we'll keep spreading the message. And I think you said earlier, all it takes is one step, right? Just to get outside,
yes,
step out the door, right? That's awesome.
yes. Save yourself and come back and save a sister. One step, walk out that door, hit 30 minutes, and bring it back. Make sure your tennis shoes are on, laced, and you're safe. And it shouldn't be anything over 2.5 miles that you're walking either. It's not a long, nothing over that. So don't think that you have to go long distances. And again, if you meet up with someone on Superhero Saturday, there's all different intergenerational women that are walking. So some women are walking a little faster, some women are walking slower. I've never been in a Girl Trek Superhero Saturday where I didn't connect with someone, and it's a lot of connecting. When we get together, change happens. So, and connection.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again. It's so great to see you. And hey, everyone, go to girltrek.org. The link is in the chat. Please know that you can contact me, Sharina, if you have more questions, but there's certainly tons of information on the website. We will see you outside walking.
Yes.